Hello and welcome to this advanced mandolin lesson. Today we're going to be looking at triplets and more specifically how they can be applied to some Irish tunes, and we're going to be using one of my favourites in the key of G called Miss McLeod's Reel, and hopefully we'll have something that sounds a bit like this. At this point I should mention everything we talk about in the next 10 minutes or so is included on a free PDF below, so make sure you have that in front of you so you're not having to learn this all by ear. And I'm going to assume you're an advanced player. So the first thing we need to do is just play the core melody. So the A part sounds like this. And then the B part has a nice octave jump. So that's how they both sound. What we're going to do now, I'm just going to throw you in at the deep end and let's have a play 2 A's, 2 B's. I'm going to have the metronome set to 70 BPM, which is this speed. So if that's too slow, don't forget, if it's too fast, you can use the cog down here to slow me down. I'm going to double screen myself so I've got the guitar so you can hear the chords. And that's all there is. This should be relatively straightforward for an advanced player, but I do recommend you just have a quick pause and play it on your own first, and then hit play again and play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the great things about Irish and Celtic music in general is all the triplets and ornamentations that fiddle players especially can add with such ease. And one of the types of triplets that we can do, which I am not going to talk about, but I have done in previous lessons, and I will link that below, we do it over the Mason's Apron, is where the triplets are all the same note. So you have no option but to pick them all. What we're going to talk about in this lesson is when the triplets are different notes, and it allows you to use hammer-ons and pull-offs to help you out. So for example, bar 1. Normally an Irish musician would play that with a triplet. 1, da 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 da, there's a triplet there on beat 2. Now if you pick all of them, that's fine, you're welcome to pick all of them, but it's quite difficult, especially if you're up here. You know, you've got not a lot of time to pick 3 notes there. So we could use a pull-off to help us out. So what I do, and you know, this is, I would like to say it's the right way, but other people do it differently, but I find this the easiest way. So if I just take the triplet, I'm a down on the first note, pull off for the middle note, catch the last note on an up. So essentially all my right hand's having to do is then a down and an up. That's what my right hand's doing. And the pull off is making it into the triplet. Now, the trick comes with this is getting that timing right. So if you pull off too quickly, you make it sound like a grace note. If you do it too slow, it makes it sound like a grace note the other way. So you've got to... A nice exercise is to pick a couple and then hammer and then pull off, so you can pick, pull off, pick, pull off. So you can use the picked 3 notes as an example of how it should sound. So because you want them to sound the same. So that first bar now sounds like this. So my right hand is still just sort of almost playing quavers. Da, 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 and then my pull off is making that triplet sound. So before we do the whole tune, I've written 4 different exercises, and I'll just play how they sound now. So they're 4 different exercises so you can practice. And this triplet applies any time where the notes are different. So you could do hammer-ons, you could do pull-offs, and I always do it between the first and second notes. That's how I find it easiest. Example 1 sounds like this. So there's 4 pull-offs in that. So it's kind of like a version of a G scale. And then example 2. So this time the triplets are straight after one another. One more time. 3, 4. So hopefully you can hear all of a sudden if you sped that up, it sounds really effective. It sounds like you're playing loads of notes and all you're doing is just adding in a pull off or a hammer on. Example 3. None of these examples make any musical sense. I've just made them up as a practical purpose, but so I've got 4 triplets in there. I'm not really working too hard. My right hand just thinks it's playing quavers. And then finally, example 4, which is a full triplet run. So picked. It's very hard, but you do that with some hammer-ons and pull-offs. Really nice help to make you get those triplets in without overstressing your right hand. So there's just a few examples of how you could use this technique. All that's left for us to do now is to reapply that back to Miss McLeod's reel in the key of G. I'll split myself on the screen and I'm going to keep it at the same tempo. It's 70 BPM. If this is comfortable for you, then once you've done playing with me, crank that metronome up and try and get it up towards 100 BPM. But all the best. Have a little pause if you need a few minutes to practice, but we're just going to dive in. 2 A's, 2 B's, Miss McLeod's with pull-off triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you've made it to the end of this tune and you were able to get at least some of those triplets in. Like I said, I've gone a bit overboard, so you would probably do a fewer triplets if you were actually playing this tune, but I just wanted to show you everywhere they could go. You could put them anywhere. So now over to you. You know the technique, you know what the pick stroke should be. That's the main thing of this, pick strokes, down on the first one, then the pull off, then an up. It's so helpful if you can get that right. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. If you have, please do hit like and subscribe while you're here. and head over to Mando Mike for all previous 2.5 years or something of free lessons that we've been doing. Thanks for watching.